Social Justice Goblin. Welcome to the backyard with the crappy yellow light. So, I signed up for a professional wrestling school. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. So, when I was a teenager, I had 3 dreams: own a comic book shop, work in computer programming, or be a pro wrestler. Because, I studied, when I was watching the WWF when I was a teenager, when I was a kid. I thought I didn't know what kayfabe was. I didn't know, how the old traditions worked or any of that stuff. So I figured Bobby the Brain Heenan or Jim Cornette. And I want to be that manager. So then I thought, because then I saw Bobby the Brain Heenan, and also the other thing that made me, because you see, those were the 2 that brought me the most heat. Heat being, I hate you. And Bobby the Brain Heenan became, well, that fun, laughable clown with Gorilla Monsoon on Raw because you had been starving for wrestling. And you saw the first Raw. And you fell in love with Bobby the Brain Heenan. He became a total buffoon, and you laughed at him. And whenever you play the clown, because in drag I was playing Bobby the Brain Heenan. And the other half of my brain, I was playing Jim Cornette. And Jim Cornette, and this is crazy, finally broke kayfabe. And he's been putting out, and I found his podcast, and I listened to his podcast religiously. And all the time I hear him, I'm going, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, yes. Because there was a time when I thought it was real. The pro wrestling dream, when I could say definitively it wasn't real. So, when I hear all that Mark crap, because you don't want to give up that little belief of hope that it's a work. And I still don't like hearing it when they call it a work. So, I love Jim Cornette. In fact, when I started in the pro wrestling business, they said I look just like Jim Cornette. Seriously. And yes, I'm a member of the Cult of Cornette, and I'm sure if Cornette ever sees this video, he's going to say, that stupid bleeping beep, 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 beep. He cusses like a mofo. And no, I'm not going to steal his trademark saying. He's already got me hating on the AEW, and it hasn't even started. But he got me watching next. Because Jimmy Cornette has impeccable tastes when it comes to magic. Wrestling. If it impresses Jim Cornette, it's good. Just saying, AEW. But the thing is, we're the people that still want to believe that wrestling, because either their mind has to be 100% certain with all possibilities ruled out, which I am the type of person, because I get down to those level of depths, Or you stop acting like a heel and be someone. So, just saying. And chronicle the story. Talk about magic, because people like magic. And yes, I am one of those old grouchy Jim Cornettes. Modern wrestling is completely different than the people that want to believe it's real. Because deep down in his heart, even though Jim Cornette knows the business like the back of his hand, I bet you he still wants to believe it's real. And so I finally just started believing it's real again. And stopped being angry at finding out wrestling was fake. And yes, I'm transgender. That was another pitfall. And yes, I have mental health issues. I'm honest about it. But Jim Cornette needs to be on some type of psychiatric medication, because I see signs of how I was when I was crazy. But I love Jim Cornette. He knows how to keep his in check. And he has no because you know how I said he still believes? No. When the WWF revealed it was real, it was all staged, it ruined it for us. But you see, the younger generation grew up knowing it was real. And the WWF, because I hate calling it the WWE, that really... that one, well, you know, I'd like to work for the wrestling industry to see how this modern era of wrestling is adapting in the true territory style system, which is the independents. And I think that's what AEW is doing. And I think Cody Rhodes realized it. Territory days are back again. Jim Cornette's trying to teach them, the next generation, to go back to thinking it's fake. But he's done with the business. He does what he can to make his living. But because we have to keep this business going, you know, these generations of wrestling fans. Because my kid's not a wrestling fan, but you know what, her stepsister is. I could annoy my daughter with that. Because she hates wrestling because she knows how much I love it. My kid's a very sneaky one. So, by the way, my employer knows about my mental health issues. So, I feel advocacy, getting your mental health done correctly, saved my life and made me where I can be today. Jim, I know high functioning when I see one. And you'll get back in the wrestling business. Alright?